This is T. Corman of the SCP Foundation, continuing Dr. Campbell's request. Let's see, SCP-1799, Mr. Laugh. Looks like another one of these misters. Object Class Safe, Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1799 is to be contained in a soundproofed humanoid containment cell with the other misters in Hall blotted out of sight. Blotted out. Personnel entering SCP-1799 cell are to be fitted with a voice-canceling helmet to prevent communication with the subject. Any personnel entering or leaving SCP-1799 cell are to be thoroughly searched for any potential weapon, and SCP-1799 cell is to be thoroughly inspected once every 24 hours to check for contraband. Description: SCP-1799 is a male humanoid, approximately 1.2 meters tall, weighing 58 kilograms. SCP-1799 has the physical characteristics of a generic clown. Subject is bald, skin devoid of pigmentation, a circular red nose, and elongated feet. The subject's facial pigmentation has the appearance of makeup commonly worn by circus performers. The words Mr. Laugh from Little Misters, copyright by Dr. Wondertainment, are tattooed upon SCP-1799's lower back. This designation appears as 3 in document SCP-909-A. Anything that SCP-1799 says to a person will be interpreted by that person as a joke. The longer the subject speaks to the person, the funnier the jokes will become, until the subject is overcome by laughter. Due to this fact, it is extremely difficult to communicate with SCP-1799. The only known way to communicate with the subject is through written word, as this does not activate the effect. In addition, SCP-1799 is able to perform several anomalous actions. SCP-1799 has no control over these abilities, and they appear to be involuntary, painful, and random. They are usually similar to actions that would be performed by circus performers who are using props, including removal and reattachment of limbs, squirting water out of a flower attached to its chest cavity, pulling a string of colored cloth out of its mouth with the longest string measuring 45.2 meters, extruding colored smoke from several orifices. And looks like we have an interview log here. Let's see. This interview was conducted during SCP-1799's initial containment processing. Interviewed SCP-1799. Interviewer Dr. Well, the name's been blotted out except for the first initial, which is B. Forward. This interview was done to confirm SCP-1799's anomalous properties. Begin log. Dr. B. Please state your name. SCP-1799. Sure, they call me Mr. Laugh. Dr. B begins laughing. Seriously? That's hilarious. SCP-1799. It isn't that funny. Oh man, you are a riot. Please stop laughing at me. Dr. B begins to laugh hysterically, pounding on the table. It hurts. End log. Addendum 1799-A. During an experiment on the date's been blotted out, SCP-1799 began yelling at D-9023. The subject began laughing incessantly and, in his distracted state, tripped and suffered a severe head injury, which proved to be fatal. SCP-1799 became noticeably withdrawn and sullen following the event, leading to SCP-1799's first suicide attempt. As of, and this date's also been blotted out, SCP-1799 has been put on suicide watch. Holy shit. Addendum 1799-B. This note was found on SCP-1799's person during initial containment. Wow, you've just found yourself your very own little mister, a limited edition collection from Dr. Wondertainment. Find them all and become Mr. Collector. It's got them all listed here. 1, Mr. Chameleon. 2, Mr. Headless. 3, Mr. Laugh, which is checked off. 4, Mr. Forgetful. 5, Mr. Shapy. 6, Mr. Soap. 7, Mr. Hungry. 8, Mr. Brass. 9, Mr. Hot. 10, Miss Sweetie. 11, Mr. Life and Mr. Death. 12, Mr. Fish. 13, Mr. Moon. 14, Mr. Red, and in parentheses, discontinued. 15, Mr. Money. 16, Mr. Loss. 17, name's been blotted out. 18, Mr. Mad. 19, Mr. Scary. 20, Mr. Stripes. Actually kind of wonder myself how many of these misters we've got in containment. But going through this stack, I might yet find some more. Okay, well, that was SCP-1799, Mr. Laugh.